Hello, everybody. We are live. We are live. Welcome to Music Talk Mondays. This is a weekly podcast where we talk about all things related to music. We are broadcasting live on TikTok, on Twitch, and on YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. My name is Eddie Lam. I am your host for tonight. And the way this works is that we talk about all things related to music. So it can be about our musical instruments, favorite artists, favorite bands, songs, albums, soundtracks, and so much more. The topics are endless. So if this is your first time tuning into my program, welcome. Thank you guys so much. And if this is your not first time tuning in, if you are a returning listener, a returning guest, welcome back. It's good to see you all again. So, before I begin, this is how the show works. So, I talk about our topic for today, and then after that, then we do open Q&A from the audience. So, if you guys have any burning questions at all, make sure you leave it in the comments section on both TikTok and Twitch or YouTube. But please save your questions first before I can say we can do open Q&A. Hopefully that sounds fair. Sounds fair to you guys? Yeah? All right. So I have to bring up the following. If you guys want to stay in touch with me, I do have a website. It is EddieLamMusic.ca. That's my official website. You can also follow me on my social media platforms. We have Twitch, of course, which we're broadcasting on right now. I got TikTok, which I'm also broadcasting on too. YouTube, which I'm also broadcasting on, like I said. I also got Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And of course, if you want to do a general donation, I do accept donations. I have a PayPal account. It's paypal.me/EddieLamMusic. That is my PayPal account. So make sure you tell your friends and family about my content. If you do enjoy it, yes, any kind of donation would be much appreciated on my PayPal. I also do got Patreon as well, so feel free to send me a message and let me know if you want me to do things like make an exclusive video of birthday shout out, any special occasion shout out. I can post it on my Patreon site. It's open to anybody that wants to subscribe to my Patreon, and I will put some exclusive content just for you guys. Anything like that. And of course, I do have behind the scenes videos that I will upload sometime soon, hopefully before the end of this month. But with all that being said, just, I thank you guys so much for just tuning in every week when I just talk about all things related to music. Because, I'm always so used to performing or posting content online where I perform music, right? But I know a lot of you guys had some questions. A lot of you guys had some cool discussion topics that you want this community to sit down and talk about. And I figured this would be a great opportunity to do a podcast like this each week where we talk about all things related to music. And I think it's just great to hang out with you guys. Because, us musicians, we just love to connect with our fans, not just through our live performance, right? But also through just sitting down and hanging out. And I think that's the most amazing thing about this whole experience. So that being said, that is the main premise of our weekly podcast here on Music Talk Mondays. Thank you guys for tuning in. So we're going to jump straight into today's topic. So I hope you guys are ready for this one. I am. I know there's been a lot of people who talk about this movie that I think a lot of us fell in love with because it's just such a really hilarious comedy. It's silly, right? And even though it is pretty silly, it's still a cool music movie that also talks about rock and roll, all that cool stuff. And that movie I'm talking about is The School of Rock. Here we go. So The School of Rock is pretty much this hilarious movie that starred Jack Black back in 2003, I believe. Oh, hello, Caden. Yes, Caden's on Twitch now. Hello. Good to see you on Twitch, my friend. So, The School of Rock is an amazing, hilarious comedy starring Jack Black, who plays as this really hilarious teacher named Dewey Finn. But of course, what he actually did is in School of Rock is that he actually impersonated his one of his best friends. Posing as him because his best friend is actually a legit substitute teacher. That's what he does for a living. But one day, Jack Black's character, Dewey Finn, I mean, he got kicked out of his rock band that he was in because he just wasn't doing a good job. And he needs money to pay rent and everything. So he didn't want, he needed to get a job. So in summary, what happened was his best friend, who was his roommate, left the house and the phone rang. Dewey Finn picks it up. And they said, "Hey, we're looking for is so and so here? Is it Mr. Schneebly? Is Mr. Schneebly here? We have an offer for him to be a substitute teacher at our school." And he found out how much it would pay, and so Jack Black's character Dewey Finn goes, "Yeah, I'm Mr. Schneebly. Yeah, I can come in and be the substitute teacher." Very sneaky. It's pretty slick, but but then that's what starts the whole adventure. So, here he is going into the school, this really conservative private school, and here's Dewey Finn, like this rock and roll dude, who's all about sticking it to the man, right? Very rock and roll thing to do, and he ends up teaching this one class. So obviously he's not doing the most teacher-like thing, right? But the one thing that he discovered about these kids was when he saw them play music at music class, he knows that these were talented kids. So he gets them to play something that's not classical. I mean, okay, mind you guys, I have no problem with classical music. I think it's great to listen to. Classical music is one of the most amazing music. I think it's, Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, who else? Debussy, all amazing composers. Honestly, I give them credit for that for sure. But what I like about this movie was that Dewey Finn wanted to expose these kids to rock and roll. So he knows that one kid was actually playing classical guitar, but he says, "Here's electric guitar. Let's see if you can follow these riffs." Teaches him Smoke on Water, AC/DC, you name it, right? Deep Purple's Smoke on Water. I think what else did he do? Oh, yeah, he did the beginning riff to Highway to Hell. So that was a really cool scene just to see, just to get those kids connect with him and learning these classic rock and roll hits. This is the stuff I enjoy, too. So as time went by, he gets these kids to compete in a Battle of the Bands competition, and pretty much, the rest is history. I would say I don't want to give too much away about this movie because I encourage you guys to watch this. It is on Netflix, just so you guys know. But if you don't want to rely on the internet connection to stream that movie, then buy it on Blu-ray, buy on DVD, whatever platform you have, media platform you want to purchase. Regardless, just watch School of Rock any way you can because it's a great movie. I personally enjoyed this movie so much because, like I said, it's hilarious. It's just funny, rock and roll humor about this rock and roll dude that goes to a conservative private school, but influences these kids to turn into rockers rather than regular students. And I think that's what I liked about it. And I think the other part that I really enjoyed was just seeing Jack Black's character, Dewey Finn, Mr. Finn, connecting with the kids. I think that's the bigger part that I enjoyed about it. It's like, wow, we've always been so used to just, being like, okay, teacher teaches class, you leave today, and boom, that's it, right? No, this is like beyond a regular teacher. It's like, I'm going to get you kids to learn how to play rock and roll, and you're going to become successful musicians, much more talented than you are now. Push the boundaries, right? Have a different attitude, have a different perspective, and get yourself out there and just rock hard on stage. That is what I liked about School of Rock. It was the attitude behind the story, the attitude, that rock and roll attitude that that we all enjoy as rockers. Myself too. Uh, Christopher on TikTok says, "I've seen it. It's a pretty cool movie." Yes, I'm glad you enjoyed it too, Christopher. That's amazing, man. So, School of Rock, honestly, I find that it like if I were to be in that movie, I would love to have been Dewey Finn's character as well. You know, I would love to have been that kind of teacher who could influence a classroom and get them to to listen to some really cool music. I mean, both like old and new stuff, but more in the category of rock. Probably that would be me. I would be that kind of guy. I mean, of course, I listen to rap, I listen to R&B as well. I listen to some EDM, depending who it is. But yeah, and just like exposing students to different things that are out there, whether it be current or something that's legendary, historical. But I mean, for myself, I'm also a music teacher myself. That is one of my jobs I do. I do teach music to students, but I teach various ages, so both adults and kids, and also I actually do expose them to classic rock as well. I think that's kind of part of my job. At least my personal goal is to expose these kids to different kinds of music that's out there that is really enjoyable. But meanwhile, I also wanted to be able to maintain catering to what their taste of music is too. So that way, I'm not alienating their life full of just saying oh, this is the only music you gotta listen to and that's it because all the other music sucks. I'm not gonna bring that attitude in. So it's more like hey, look what else is out there too if you enjoy it. So yeah, that's me. That's how I do my teaching as well. So going back to the School of Rock, I think what I really like about it is that, it like Jack Black's character Dewey Finn, Mr. Finn, does such a great job on helping these kids come out of their shell too. So it's not just the whole, like okay, we're you're instantly becoming you're just instantly rock stars just like that. It's kind of more like for example, this one girl who becomes a vocalist, eventually becomes a vocalist. She was very shy, right? And she lacked self-confidence and everything. And Jack Black's character managed to help her get her out of her shell and become this powerhouse vocalist that the band needed. And that's what I liked about that movie is when you see awesome character development. You see in just under 2 hours, or how long's the movie? I think it's about 2 hours or less. I think usually most comedies are like not even 2 hours. Like they're always usually less than 2 hours for some reason. But I mean, yeah. I mean, you can only do so much with comedy, right? But yeah, so School of Rock, in under 2 hours, you get to see these characters evolve. And it's cool to see that. I mean, of course, even Dewey Finn, Jack Black's character, evolved too. Like he went from this loser rock and roll guy who can't seem to get his act together to one of the most respected teachers and one of the most loved teachers in that school. I think that's awesome. And like I said, I'm not going to give a lot away in the movie. I encourage you guys to watch School of Rock yourselves and watch it. It's a great movie. It's such a great movie. Of course, I'm not going to touch base on. Okay, truth be told, I have watched the Nickelodeon sitcom. I have watched a couple of seasons of that, and yeah, it's pretty forgettable, and it's not the same as what we saw in the movies, right? It's just very different. But one of the things I will bring up too is that one of the most common themes that I do find in the School of Rock movie is, yes, it is about the changing characters. Like, how did they evolve? They went from this one type to now the other type. And you not only see that in Dewey Finn, the teacher, you also see it in the students, like I mentioned too, and you also see it in the principal. The actress who played the principal, by the way, she did a really good job because I think we've come across people who, especially teachers or principals, who act the way they do. I think some of you guys may know if you guys watch the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, even she has kind of changed along the way too, which I think is really cool. So there we go. So those are my general thoughts on the School of Rock movie. Just because I just loved how it like for me, like if I were like some young kid watching that movie back in 2003, honestly, it would have inspired me to want to get into playing guitar if I wasn't playing guitar yet. That's what that is. Those are my general thoughts about that movie. I would love to have gone to just go and grab a guitar, or at least borrow one to start off if I had no money. So I would just borrow one for now or rent one and get an amplifier and just start learning all these cool rock and roll riffs, and it just reminds me of how I was too, like not just as a teacher but also as a kid myself. As a kid, I didn't start getting into playing guitar until I was in high school, right? Because back then, like for me, like playing guitar never really came to mind, but just like seeing friends and seeing people on TV enjoying it. And plus, with me, I enjoyed listening to rock music as a kid too. I really enjoyed it, but being able to play it was such a very, a different ball game, of course, right? But, when you're inspired to play guitar, you're willing to make this happen, basically. That's what I liked about it. When you're inspired, you're willing to make it happen. So I did. So pretty much like, I'd be the same way. I'd probably grab like a guitar. I would grab a bass. I would grab a drum kit probably, and just pretty much just rock it out and just go insane to the brain. And I'm really happy with the way this movie turned out. I really hope that even though this movie is almost going to be 20 years old in a couple of years, I'm just so glad that this movie, School of Rock, leaves such an amazing legacy of comedy, not just comedy, but as a musical inspiration. And don't forget, guys, this movie actually spawned into a Broadway musical as well, which I think is a really great idea. I wish I could go see that live one day. If it were to ever happen again, I will definitely go see that live, because I would love to see how that turns out as a Broadway musical. I think it'd be awesome to see something like that. But yes, of course, like I said, the Nickelodeon adaptation, the half-hour sitcom, like it's forgettable. I mean, the actors were pretty cool. Like the guy who played Dewey Finn in the Nickelodeon sitcom version almost sounds like Jack Black. Like he had his voice down and everything. But of course, like I said, it's not gonna be the same as the actual movie itself, which everyone has, which we know is the main foundation of the School of Rock franchise. So, what else can we say about that? Yeah, if you ever want to take a break from those like really intense music movies like A Star Is Born or Whiplash, School of Rock is a better feel-good movie that you would want to watch. I mean, of course, it's not really for kids. Like, it is, because there's some raunchy humor right there for sure, right? So I would not recommend this to children, honestly. But, a good PG-13 movie nonetheless. So I would say that is the perfect movie for the PG-13 audience. Yeah. If you guys have any thoughts about the movie School of Rock too, leave it in the comment section below. I would love to read them, read your comments, and let me know what you guys think about that movie. Like did it inspire you guys? Did you just get a good laugh out of it because it's really funny? Let me know what you guys think about the School of Rock. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I know Christopher on TikTok has already expressed his thoughts on it, saying that he thought it was a cool movie. So awesome. Thank you for those thoughts, Christopher. I really appreciate that so much. All right. Now, this is where I'm going to bring a cool fact about the School of Rock. It has a connection to my hometown of Vancouver, Canada. Yes, you heard right, folks. There is a connection of the School of Rock movie and my hometown of Vancouver, Canada. So I'm going to go click on notes here. Here we go. Okay. So there is a connection of the School of Rock movie to my hometown, Vancouver, Canada, because there was once upon a time a really cool teacher, goes by a name of Hans Fenger. So Hans, H-A-N-S, Fenger, not Finger, but Fenger, F-E-N-G-E-R. I would suggest you Google this guy. I won't get into too much about all the stuff he's accomplished. The information is out there, but I will sum it up. So basically, Mr. Hans Fenger was this school teacher who started off as like this really young musician. He was only in his early 20s, I believe, like 24, somewhere around there. And, he needed a job, right? and he was a struggling musician who needed a job, just like Jack Black's character, Dewey Finn. The school was in desperate need of a teacher. They were like, okay, we need somebody to teach these kids. So who can we get? So, Mr. Fenger came into the picture, and here's the funny thing: he had no teaching experience whatsoever. That's right. So this teacher had no experience, no musical, has a great musical background, but no experience teaching kids. But the school board's just like, oh heck, you know what? Let's just hire this guy. So they did. And as time went by, Mr. Fenger actually came up with this really cool project of gathering these kids and actually recording them to sing, play their instruments, and get that out there. And I think that's awesome. And instead of teaching these kids, the usual stuff like, think of any kid song. It's a small world after all. Was it Old MacDonald? Nah. Baby Beluga? Nah. Forget that. Forget that. He's actually taught these kids how to play cool classic rock music. The Beach Boys. David Bowie. Name another classic rock artist. I'm sure he's probably taught them this stuff. Oh, yeah, of course. Beatles. Obviously the Beatles. I mean, yeah, of course. So, Mr. Fenger taught these kids the wonderful world of rock and roll. I think that's really darn cool. I've never met this guy before. But Mr. Fenger, if you are listening to this, if you somehow come across this, please contact me if you want to. I feel free to talk. Feel free to keep in touch with me if you want to. Contact me, reach out to me, whatever you want. The information is in the description below on my YouTube channel if you want to message me if you want to. But I'm going to put this out there for you guys. My wife, my very own wife, was actually one of his students from a long, long time ago. So, Mr. Fenger, if you're listening to this, I'll know if you would remember my wife. We can message each other if we want to. We can email each other however we want. But just letting you know for the record, my wife had this guy as the music teacher at her school that she attended when she was a kid. And this is a story that my wife told me, so I'm going to share this out there for you guys. This is hilarious. So, Mr. Fenger actually got the kids, the students, to listen to The Dark Side of the Moon from start to finish. And his only instruction was this. He said, and I quote, "Dig the music, kids. Dig the music." That's it. Those were the only instructions. Basically, this teacher told the kids to just enjoy Dark Side of the Moon from start to finish. That's it. Don't need to write a review. Don't need to even write an essay. Yeah, don't need to write an essay about what your thoughts were about Dark Side of the Moon. What's it trying to say? His only instructions to these students is just enjoy the album. What an awesome teacher. I wish I would have had someone like him as my music teacher too. So, so you can see how this, how Jack Black's character Dewey Finn was inspired by, by this guy here in my hometown of Vancouver, Canada. I'm sure he's probably long retired now, but I'm sure he's probably still playing music somewhere. But according to these articles that I've read, it turns out that yes, this teacher, Hans Fenger, is an inspiration to Dewey Finn from School of Rock. Like I said, Mr. Fenger, if you're listening to this, I would love to connect with you, and we can talk about this. And I'm sure maybe if you remember my wife as your student, hopefully you do. I'm sure people have said some really positive things about you, man. And like I said, it's just so cool that someone like him in real life has actually inspired kids to enjoy rock music. And I think it's awesome. So there you go, guys. This is the Vancouver connection to the School of Rock movie. So Hans Fenger is an inspiration to Jack Black's character Dewey Finn from the School of Rock, as according to the articles I've read. Tonka Man 1127 saying on Twitch, hey Eddie, your songs are awesome. Thank you so much, Tonka Man 1127. I really appreciate your fine support, my friend. So there you go, folks. Yes, I've put it out there for you guys. So yes, it's true. Hans Fenger from Vancouver, Canada, a music teacher, is the inspiration of Dewey Finn from School of Rock. You heard it here, folks. Like I said, Mr. Fenger, if you're listening to this, I would love to connect with you somehow. So going back again to the School of, here's the picture of the School of Rock scenes. So here's the interesting thing too, though, about the movie. There a live performance for the Battle of the Bands. So they do a Battle of the Bands competition, right? And the funny thing I will say about this movie is that they're playing music at the most unusual time, because usually most live shows, they always happen in the evenings, right? Like, unless it's the weekend, they can play in the daytime somewhere, depending where you play. But most shows are actually, in the evenings. But for some reason, they're playing in the middle of the day on a school night, assumingly. Kind of hilarious, but we know. I mean, it's just a movie, right? Oh, I'm just gonna say hi to official Greenet. Hello, official Greenet. TTV Kyle up. Good to see you again, my friend. So going back to what I was saying, yes, guys. Please tell me about your thoughts on School of Rock if you've seen the movie. Like, let me know what your thoughts are about it. I'd love to hear your guys' personal review. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? What did you like about it? Did it inspire you? Did you get a good chuckle out of it? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I would love to know your thoughts about the movie. So, yeah, guys, School of Rock, like I said, I think it's something that's totally worth watching with your friends or fellow bandmates, even if you want to. If you guys are in a band, you should definitely watch School of Rock together. It's such a hilarious movie. I think you and your bandmates would definitely laugh together. If not, at least just watch it with whoever you watch it with that enjoys music just as much as you do. I think you would get a kick out of it. And what else can I talk about? Okay, but I mean, when we talk about Jack Black movies, though, I hope, like, this is still on my to watch list. I still have not watched Tenacious D: Pick of Destiny, so I have not seen that movie yet. That is still on my to watch list. I don't know why I haven't gotten around to it. I hope it's on Netflix. If it's not, I will try to buy it on DVD somehow. So anywho, so there you go, guys. So like I said, to sum it up about this whole thing, so again, School of Rock, I really enjoyed the movie personally. Again, it's great character development. It's cool to see a teacher connect with students through the power of rock and roll. And like I said, it's just great to see the fact that this is kind of based off of a real teacher here in my hometown of Vancouver, Canada, and my wife had him as a teacher. So there you go, guys. I'm just blown away about that, which I think is really great. So I can say that Vancouver, Canada has a nice little claim to fame on School of Rock, basically. So and like I said, I'm gonna say it again, Mr. Fanger, if you're listening to this, if you want to connect with me, I would love to chat with you just to know more about your experience with teaching music to kids. And my wife has told me stories already, but I would love to. I would just love to, hear from the teacher's perspective. So there you go, guys. If you ever had a teacher that actually got you into some really cool music too, let me know. I would love to know. Like, have you guys ever got inspired from various teachers about what music you got exposed to? Let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. Was there actually any specific teacher, or maybe you're one of those people that those adults who probably inspired younger kids to get into certain music and they enjoy it because of you? Have you influenced anybody on that? Is it your own kids? Is it your younger siblings? Is it maybe your niece or nephew, grandkids? Maybe the kid next door who lives in your neighborhood? Have you guys inspired a kid to listen to certain music? Let me know too. I would love to hear from you on your guys' end. All right, so I guess that's pretty much it for my chat on that topic specifically. That's all I want to bring out there, guys. Again, I think this is so cool to know my hometown connection with the movie and just talking about the movie itself very briefly. Again, I don't want to give anything away when it comes to movies. I want you guys to watch the movie for yourself and have a look. And feel free to type in your thoughts in the comment section on my YouTube channel if you want to. Again, like I said, we're broadcasting live tonight on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. So it's good to see you guys on here on all three platforms. So yeah. Okay, guys. And now we are done with today's topic discussion. Again, I know it's brief, but like I said, because with movie stuff, I don't want to give things away. I want to keep it as brief as possible. But again, watch the movie. You will love it. Okay, guys. Open Q&A time. Open discussion time. This is the next fun part of Music Talk Mondays. I'm gonna read your guys' comments. So let me start with TikTok first. Official Greenet says King Kong versus Godzilla movie. I saw the trailer for that last night. It is amazing. I want to see that movie so bad. It's gonna be great. I haven't seen the original version of it. I know there's two alternate endings because it all depends who, which version you watch it. But it's going to be a great one, honestly, guys. I hope it will be a great one. Official Green also says Thor Ragnarok. I saw that one, too. Of course, I love the Avengers series. It's something I followed for so many years. I'm glad I watched Endgame in theaters. It's long, but it's a great movie, definitely. Definitely worth watching. If you guys have not seen that yet, you have to watch it. It's great. I wish it actually had an Oscar, but DC fought back with Joker, and of course that swept the Oscars, right? Okay. TTV Kyle Up says I got a teacher only on one first to second grade, and it was so boring. It was like always doing the same music. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So you had a teacher that actually played the same music all the time. Arg. Yeah, I know it happens. I know. I get it. What else is there? Yeah, if you guys have any other questions or comments, please type it in below. We could even talk about other movie related stuff too. Oh, Official Green says there's gonna be Mecha Kong and Mecha Godzilla in a movie. Oh really? Is that confirmed? Let me know if it is. I think that's that would be interesting. So actually, while we're talking about music movies, let me know what other music movies you guys seen, like A Star Is Born, Rockstar. What else is there? Whiplash, Josie and the Pussycats. I've seen all those movies. Actually, no, I have not seen Rockstar yet. I need to watch that one. But I have seen A Star Is Born, and I thought Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper did a good job in that movie, so that deserved an Oscar for sure, in my personal opinion. But Josie and the Pussycats, I mean, of course, it's comedy, right? It's just like School of Rock, how that's a comedy as well. But Josie and the Pussycats movie was actually pretty hilarious in a way. And believe it or not, another Vancouver connection. It was filmed in Vancouver, Canada. True story, guys. Josie and the Pussycats movie was filmed in Vancouver, Canada. There were some areas that I've actually recognized. TTV Kylov says, I never watch movies, only YouTube sometimes, but rarely Twitch. Okay, no worries, man. But I really I appreciate you coming down here again. I know it's been a while, but welcome back, my friend. What? Oh yes. But what else can I mention? Well, Whiplash. I'm gonna say it's a great movie. It may be a bit too intense for some of you people, especially to those who have played drums as your first instrument. If you've gone through, especially, and it may not be the best movie to watch if you have had a really, really strict, maybe borderline abusive teacher. So may not be the best movie for you, but I mean, of course, that movie is meant to be over the top, of course, right? But again, the premise of Whiplash, it's about this kid who wanted to be like the best drummer, and he goes to this jazz music school, right? And J.K. Simmons plays this really intimidating, freaky jazz music teacher. It's kind of funny because you expect that, in heavy metal, but not in, with jazz. It's just like it's he makes it sound like you're in the army. So that's the crazy thing about it. Yeah. Oh, Tonka Man's asking, have I seen the new movie Soul? I have not watched that yet. I know it's on on Disney Plus now? It is, right? So I'm gonna watch that if I can. So yes, thank you so much, guys, for bringing up Soul. I know a few people have brought it up a few times in the previous podcast. So yes, I will try to watch that. I am planning on getting Disney Plus actually, so that will be on my to watch list. Yeah. Cool. Official Green is asking about Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I have seen the trilogy of the new Star Wars the last 3 years. I have also seen Rogue One. Rogue One was pretty enjoyable, I'm not going to lie. But the other ones, like, honestly, it was a little bit forgettable in my personal opinion. Again, I'm not going to give anything away because I want you guys to watch these movies for yourself. But my personal review about the new Star Wars that came out, episode 7 to 9? Yeah, it's pretty forgettable. I almost would have preferred the prequels just a little bit more, but I mean, my favorite one from the original trilogy was what was it? Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Those are my two favorite ones. Again, like, I love watching Star Wars. I'm not one of those hardcore Star Wars fans, but Empire and Empire and Return to Jedi are both really great ones in my personal opinion. So yeah, make sure you check it out if you get the chance. I would not mind telling you guys to watch Revenge of the Sith. Episode 3. It's still just as good too. Although I mean the ending could have been done a little bit better, but of course it has some good moments too. So I'm not gonna lie. So check it out when you guys get a chance. By the way, it's kind of cool to see you guys interacting with each other on Twitch and also on TikTok as well, and also on YouTube if you guys are. Yeah, guys, feel free to chat with each other too while we're at it. We're here to create a cool community here of music lovers. Just talking about all fun things related to music, right? Okay, Official Gradient says Jurassic World. It was great. Love the part where oh yes. That dinosaur battle in Jurassic World was actually pretty cool. So make sure you guys check that out too. Again, I'm not going to give anything away. You guys have to watch Jurassic World yourself. So yeah, check it out. Going back to the music talk part of things on this too, I love Weird Al's song Jurassic Park. It's a really great song. It's a parody of an old song called MacArthur Park. And I think Weird Al did a good job taking that song and just call it Jurassic Park and write a song about the movie. And I think that's a great idea. Weird Al is such a genius. Like just with him being able to take a parody of a popular song and write songs about movies. It's great. It's amazing. It's genius. So he did that for Jurassic Park. He also did that for Star Wars, going back to Star Wars. So Weird Al did one called The Saga Begins, where he parodied American Pie, but except it's about Anakin Skywalker, a.k.a. Darth Vader. And it's great. You should definitely check that out, too. I think that is just pure genius, in my personal opinion. Official Grant says, I loved the one where the Mulan guy sings like "Let's get down to business." Oh yeah, so Mulan is actually a great musical. I've only watched it maybe like a couple of times, but the songs are amazing. Obviously, "Make a Man Out of You" is so much fun to sing. Actually, here's a funny thing I did. Okay, so during the Christmas holidays, I spent a lot of the time going on Omegle and singing karaoke to a bunch of random strangers. I know Omegle's got some really, there may be some weird people out there who are like naked, and you don't want to see that, right? And so, but when I do get the chance to talk to some, entertain some really cool people, I sing songs such as "Make a Man Out of You" from Mulan. So it's really cool, and people know the song, they sing along to it. I think it's awesome. TTV Call-Up is asking, am I streaming on TikTok? Yes, I am. I am streaming on TikTok. So I'm on all three platforms, guys. Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. It's really cool. So, again, I'm so glad you guys are engaging with each other on here. Again, this is so cool. So I encourage you guys, please talk to each other, too, if you want to. Stay in touch with each other as well. And, yeah. Cool. So I think when it comes to these Disney musicals, again, I think that era from Little Mermaid all the way up to like Mulan, I think that those were great eras in my personal opinion. Official Greenit on TikTok says, I collect figures for my content and I only get 5 likes. I only get 5. It took me 1 hour. Oh, okay. Kyle's on TikTok now. Well, good to see you again on TikTok here, Kyle. That was pretty fast. So yes, of course, like it's I find that when it comes to Disney, like the people who wrote these songs are just incredible songwriters. I mean, even like new generations up to this day are still singing these songs. Like, and they were not even born when these movies came out. This will age me a bit. This will date me a bit, but yeah, I was alive when these movies came out, and I tell you, these songs were just unforgettable. Again, it's because these people displayed amazing songwriting. And it's been a while since we've heard any decent Disney songs, but then when Frozen came along, Let It Go. It was a huge hit. It's great, and knowing that it's like, wow, we're going back to these cool musicals again. I think it's awesome. I think it really is amazing. I saw both Frozen 1 and Frozen 2 actually. So yeah, cool. So again, you guys, if you have any more questions or comments, please type it in below in the comment sections. Regardless which platform you're on, I would love to connect with you guys and let me know let me know what else you guys are into. Like, do you guys like do you guys like musicals? Do you guys like movies about bands and all that? Let me know. Oh, Official Grant says, people ship Jack Frost and Elsa like you. Okay, interesting. I'm just reading Official Grant's comment here. Princess Elsa, actually, really cool character, I think, in Frozen. So yeah, I wish I could hit those high notes on Into the Unknown, like Brendan Urie when he sings the Into the Unknown. Oh my goodness, man, can he hit those high notes? I have so much respect for Brendan because he's a very outside the box kind of guy. You can tell just by the way Panic at the Disco produces their music, right? I mean, he is Panic at the Disco. He's the last remaining member, and he just hires other people, right? Uh, but of course, it's not like you have to remember this is it's not like how it is with Axl Rose. You know how with Axl Rose, how like he burned a lot of bridges with the old band members from Guns N' Roses, changes the lineup, and people were just not feeling it, right? I mean, yeah, and we all know how much of that prima donna type of person Axl Rose is, but Brendan Urie it's a different story. Like he's the last remaining original member of Panic! At the Disco, but he carries that band really well. He still continues to make the band happen regardless what the lineup is. But right now it's just him. But he hires great, amazing, talented musicians and puts on great shows. Still, people still love him. Very likable dude. So again, my hats off to Brendan Urie from Panic for just being an amazing dude. So Brendan, good job. Axl, you may want to. I hope. Well, I'm sure. I'm sure. Like Axl, has patched things up with the old members. I think. I'm not too sure. If you guys can confirm that, that'd be great. Official Green says you should watch Voice play Oogie Boogie Man song. Oh yeah, you know what? The Oogie Boogie Man song from Nightmare Before Christmas is I play it every Christmas time. Honestly, I love playing the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack, and it's really cool just to hear all the songs on there. I know all the songs in that movie. It's great. I watch it so many times. Hello, Jimmy D69 on TikTok. Thanks for tuning in. Trevor, welcome back, my friend. Long time no see for sure. Welcome back to the podcast. So yes, I'm so glad. And GFRCE27 says I'm much more eloquent speaking. I text like a caveman. It's all good, my friend. I'm just so glad you guys are here on today's podcast. So yeah, it's great. Thank you, Trevor. Thanks for the wonderful donation on TikTok. You are amazing. So again, for those who just joined in, if you guys feel like you've missed a huge portion of this podcast, don't worry. You can catch the replay on both on my Twitch channel or on my YouTube channel. Again, today's topic, I was talking about the School of Rock and just my personal thoughts on the movie, but I also talked about the connection that movie had with this one teacher in our hometown of Vancouver, Canada, because he is an inspiration to Dewey Finn, Jack Black's character from School of Rock. So after this broadcast is over, guys, feel free to go back to my Twitch channel or my YouTube and rewatch this episode, and you'll hear all the facts I've talked about in the movie. Darren says he likes my shirt. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. Young Bucks from AEW, All Elite Wrestling. Great tag team, in my personal opinion. User 0717 says, thanks for your content. Enjoy it very much. Great job. Thank you so much, user 0717. I'm glad you enjoy my content. Again, so for those who don't know about my TikTok channel, I actually do have the following content. I got tutorials on how to play guitar chords for easy songs in its entirety in under 1 minute. Because there's a good chunk of songs out there in the world. There are only 3 or 4 chords throughout the entire song, and that's it. So I want to use TikTok to teach you guys how to play it. So that's part of my job. So I'm glad you guys like it. And what I have also been doing is I've been putting out more piano videos where you guys can use the duet feature on my TikTok. So if you're a singer, you love to sing, use the duet feature on my piano videos and sing along to the song. I would love to hear your guys' take on it. Yeah, so there we go. Jamie says, Eddie, you're amazing. Host to one of the best shows on social media and internet. Thank you so much, Jimmy. You too, man. You are such an amazing, cool guitar guy yourself. Your videos are just, really helpful and everything. So, Jimmy, you are awesome. And just thank you so much for your support, too. Kyle says, I got to go sleep. I have school tomorrow. It's 1:05 a.m. 6 hours of sleep now. Okay, yeah, no problem, Kyle. Thank you so much, and have a good time at school tomorrow. I hope you do well. Continue to do well, and work hard, my friend. So, yes, guys, I really feel like, I've been getting some good responses with the piano videos as well. I got a number of friends who are also on TikTok, and they've managed to utilize my piano videos to do the duet feature and sing along to the songs that I've been playing. So to all the singers out there who've been doing that, thank you guys so much. You've made great use of the duet feature, and I will do more stuff for sure. So, of course, I also want to just take the time to just also apologize to you guys that I have not been doing live stream performance, because I usually would do like a piano lounge type thing where I'm singing songs, taking requests from you guys. I'd be playing guitar, playing piano, and singing, or singing with karaoke tracks. It's been a very busy time on my end, but I really appreciate you guys just sticking with me. I know you guys enjoyed my performance, but I know I will set up another time where I do a live performance hopefully on Instagram and Facebook, and hopefully again also on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok to entertain all you guys on all platforms. I do miss that for sure, but again, life has been really busy on my end, musically speaking as well. On the recording side, it's been great because I've been trying to record some content, post it online. You've seen it on YouTube already. I got my acoustic cover of Black Veil Brides' song Scarlet Cross, which you can catch on YouTube right now if you want to. It's out there. I appreciate the feedback so far. It's been positive, and even Lonnie Eagleton, the newest bass player from Black Veil Brides, said he really enjoyed it as well. So that's pretty darn cool. So there you go. But again, guys, when the time is right, I will do my best to send an invite out to let you guys know when I'm going to be performing again, live streaming myself, playing piano, guitar, singing. Even if I'm just singing karaoke, I would just love to hang out with you guys again, just doing that. I miss entertaining you guys. At the same time, I really do enjoy just sitting down with you guys here and pretty much just talking about all things related to music and just hanging out. This is what I love about these live streams too, is doing these things. Oh yes, guys, this is something that I need to mention too. So this week, our local paper in Vancouver, Canada, called Burnaby Now, just so you guys can see that, Burnaby Now did an article about me. One of the reporters talked to me about my TikTok channel and how it was growing during 2020. So check it out, guys. There is me. There is I have never been on an actual printed newspaper before. This is the first time I have ever had this happen to me. So that's me from last year. That's a picture of me from my performance with my band Cry of Silence. But it says here, as you can see, it says, local musician finds a COVID-19 niche on TikTok. So there you go. It's on the magazine, on the newspaper Burnaby Now, and there's a picture of me on there, which I think is, I'm still blown away by this. This is really, awesomely, ridiculously cool. It's freaking cool, guys. This would not have happened. This would not have happened if it were not for you guys. Honestly, you guys are the reason why this happened. You guys are an amazing reason why this happened. And I just want to say, you guys have been so awesome, and I'm really thankful, honestly. So, of course, if you guys want a copy of the article, it is published online as well. So definitely let me know. Message me on Instagram if you want, and I can definitely send you the link onto that. But you can also just type in Burnaby Now and type in Eddie Lam, and you'll find me on there for sure. The article. So it's really cool just talking to different people. I've basically lately I've been getting some publicity about the TikTok channel, and I did not want to make it just about me, though. I've actually got the time to also mention people I've connected with during 2020 as well. I've talked about my friend Joseph, JCV47Music on Instagram and TikTok, who hosts a virtual open mic night on Instagram, and I wanted to talk about him. I talked about other people I've connected with as well during my 2020 adventure. So, I did not want to make this article entirely about me, but just because the reason why I like to mention other people is because, they're the ones that help make my day. They're the ones that help made my year. That's the reason why, again, because I guess for me, I'm a very community based kind of guy, right? And so I just wanted to, not just go out there and be like, oh, look what I can do, but also at the same time just be like, hey, in the meantime, you should check out these people because they got some really cool content that's worth checking out. So I do my best to do that. So, anyways, Trevor is saying that I should do more Beatles tutorials. I hope I can. Like, if I can find, honestly, I need to dig through the Beatles catalog, Trevor, and see if I can find a Beatles song that's easy to learn in just like under 1 minute. It has to be something I know that can be done within the time limit of TikTok. Again, like I said, the thing with TikTok is that your time limit is only 1 minute max. For now. But, but that's the fun part about it is that, what can you do in under 1 minute? And this is where you gotta be really fast on things, right? So, yeah. But of course, guys, I've had some great suggestions so far for my TikTok tutorials, and you guys have brought a lot to the table. And guys, thank you guys so much for making that happen. So, again, I really appreciate all that stuff. And again, like I said, thank you to the singers who've sang along to my piano videos on using the duet feature on TikTok. You guys made it really cool, like a really fun experience. And not only that, it's just cool to see other singers around the world to do that. E-Shot is asking, do I know the band Royal Blood? No, I do not, actually. I should look into the Royal Blood catalog. Thanks for that, though. Speaking of Royal, there's also a really cool band I've checked out, too, called, I hope I pronounce this correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're called Payal Royale. So check that band out, too, in exchange. So yes, I'll stick around, guys, for another few questions, and after that, I will be out of here. So, lay on some questions on me, guys. Let me know what you want to know, or what do you want to just comment if you want to. Again, today's topic we talked about was about the movie School of Rock. So even if you guys want to just let me know your thoughts about the School of Rock movie, I would love to hear that from you guys. So let me know. Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, while I wait for you guys just to type in your comments, again, I also want to let you guys know, just to remind you, I do have other cool content on YouTube, including, besides previous broadcasts of Music Talk Mondays, I also have covers of Donkey Kong Country music. I also got covers of the Legend of... I also did the Legend of Zelda cover, the Ocarina of Time soundtrack, Soraya's Song. So make sure you check that out. I did that cover with my buddy Bryce, who we virtually collabed. He's from my hometown as well in Vancouver, Canada. So make sure you check him out. Bryce Tabish Band. Really cool dude. And we did the Ocarina of Time cover in our own little rock and roll style, actually. But Bryce also used an actual ocarina to play it, which is really awesome. And he pitched this idea. And he said, we should cover this song. And I said, we should. This would be awesome. And so, Bryce, it's all you, man. Thank you so much for bringing this idea and make it come to life, man. You made it awesome. So, A20213 is asking, do I believe in dragons? No, I do not believe in dragons at all. Although I love dragons. Okay, I've seen the movie Dragonheart. It's such a cool movie. Rest in peace, Sean Connery, man. He did a good job. I know that movie's not really the most popular movie, but you have to admit, if you have watched this movie, knowing that Sean Connery did a voice of a dragon, you gotta admit, he did a great job with that. Just saying. I've never really watched Game of Thrones, just so you guys know. Okay, truth be told, though, there is a cover of my band Cry of Silence playing Game of Thrones on the band's YouTube channel, so look it up, Cry of Silence, Game of Thrones. It's on there. And we played it live quite a few times, too, to start off our set at our live shows. But to be honest with you, I've never really watched the show. I just love the theme song. Just for the record, I just love the theme song. It's great. The guy who made the theme song is a genius. So, just letting you know that, for sure. Although I remember, like back in 2019, yeah, it was 2019. I got together with some friends at a friend's house, and we actually watched this one episode of Game of Thrones, and it was a good timing too, because that was a great episode. I won't give any away, but it was such a really great episode, and it was definitely worth watching it with all my friends, basically. And I was just like, man, even though I'm not a fan of the show, I don't really watch the show. That was a really cool episode to watch. For all you hardcore Game of Thrones fans, you know which one I'm talking about. But anyways, there you go. The truth is out there. And all right. Well, if you guys have any more questions, let me know. I'm willing to stick around here for a few more minutes, and then after that, we will call it a day. And yeah. What else can we do here? Oh, okay, yeah, and I should bring this up too. Let's see. For the piano videos on my TikTok channel, if you guys have any requests that you want me to try to play, let me know. And if I feel it's doable, then I will do it. And if you guys want to sing along using the duet feature, of course, by all means, go for it, guys. Again, here's the thing about my TikTok channel as well. It doesn't matter how good you are. I don't judge that at all. I just want it to be a fun time for you guys to just, enjoy music together. Basically, that's all it is. Akruya, I hope I pronounced your name right. Akruya on TikTok says, I drive a Grand Caravan too. Really? I've never driven a Grand Caravan before. I have an Acura. That's my vehicle. But I've driven a Honda. I've driven a Volvo. I've driven a Toyota. But never a Grand Caravan. How's that vehicle like? Let me know. Here's a funny thing, actually. Back when I was still in college, I used to get together with my friends on Fridays and Saturdays, and we would just drive around just for the fun of it, right? Because we were still not old enough to go to bars yet, but we would just drive around, go to parks and just hang out there in the summertime, and we would just crank up some metal music, actually. Yeah, we would listen to like death metal. We would listen to Led Zeppelin. We would listen to just straight up rock music throughout the whole night while driving around, and that was so much fun. Honestly, I'm hoping the day once the restrictions for COVID-19 is under control, if we were able to have gatherings again, I would love to just gather with friends again and just listen to music, just chat and have fun for the fun of it. I do miss gatherings. Like right now, I know the only thing I know a lot of you guys are going through is they're either staying at home with housemates, family members, or maybe you're only seeing your coworkers and that's about it, right? But I hope that once this whole thing is under control, that we have gatherings again. I would love to hang out with my friends again and see them and give them hugs and everything, because I really miss that. But in the meantime, of course, we're all trying to do our part, and just make sure we prevent the spread of COVID-19. So again, guys, remember to wash your hands and sanitize your work areas, sanitize your homes, and yeah. And if you're sick, stay at home too, guys. Yeah. All right, so I think that's pretty much it then for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Music Talk Mondays. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys and just talking about all things related to music. You guys have been a wonderful audience. Thanks for being so engaging with me, especially with all you people on Twitch, on YouTube, and on TikTok. You guys are a great audience, so I just want to say thank you all so much. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. If you guys want to, as well, if you do have TikTok, I'll hang out on TikTok just a little bit longer. But in the meantime, this is the official end of the broadcast, and we will see you next time. But in the meantime, you guys stay. Oh, sorry. What is it? Oh, sorry. You guys stay in touch. Stay